What's up, guys? Sean back with you guys for week 3 NFL picks. Last week, I gave you guys my Yahoo confidence points plays. I'm going to do the same thing this week. Unfortunately, I missed the Thursday night game. I gave that 11 confidence points. I took the Rams -2. Obviously, that pushed, so that's going to wipe out this week. Last week, I had 85 confidence points of a possible 136. That's a clip of 62%. On the year, I am 16-14 with my picks against the spread. Doing much better with my straight up picks, obviously. This week, again, I took the Rams -2 against the 49ers, which ended up being a push. I gave it 11 confidence points. This week, I'm taking Jacksonville, currently listed at +3.5 over the Baltimore Ravens. I gave that 1 confidence point. I don't have a lot of confidence in that game. You're talking about a team in Baltimore who crushed a helpless Cincinnati team who looks awful this year, and a team in Jacksonville who crushed Houston with a bad quarterback, but then went out and got crushed by Tennessee the following week. So I don't think either one of these teams are very good. So I like getting Jacksonville +3.5 points here. They're home as well, so we'll go with them. I like Denver, who is currently -3 against Buffalo. I gave that 14 confidence points. Denver just wrecked the Dallas Cowboys, and as I predicted in my video last week, and shameless self-promotion, sorry. And Buffalo, on the other hand, had a really tough game against Carolina. I just think Denver's a really good team, so I think they win this game here. I don't think Buffalo is a very good team. I like Pittsburgh -8 against Chicago. I gave that 5 confidence points. Pittsburgh's a really good team. Chicago's not. Chicago should turn to Mitch Trubisky soon, who is a much better quarterback than Mike Glennon, and I think he has a great future in this league. I like him a lot. Definitely the best quarterback out of this rookie class, in my opinion. I like Atlanta -2.5 against Detroit here. I gave that 16 confidence points, my highest of the week. I told you guys in week 1 I thought Atlanta was going to come out firing, and they were just going to avenge that Super Bowl loss, and they were going to just come out and set the league on fire basically this year and be a really dominant team. And then week 1 against Chicago, they couldn't even cover 7 points, and I thought, maybe it's just taking them a little bit longer to get going. And naturally it did, and they lit it up last week, and I expect that to continue this week against Detroit. Detroit's having a really tough time running the ball. They're not really getting much help from the offensive line here, so I think this is a shootout game, a high-scoring affair, but I think Atlanta wins this and covers the 2.5. I like Cleveland here. It's a pick 'em against Indianapolis. I gave that 2 confidence points, and this is going to be the game that nobody really cares about this week. It's going to be completely irrelevant. It's a bunch of backups. You got injuries between Andrew Luck, Corey Coleman. It's just you've got a bunch of guys out in that game. It's not going to be fun. I took Tampa Bay straight up versus Minnesota. I gave it 3 confidence points. I like Tampa Bay as a team a lot this year. Minnesota's looks pretty good, but we don't know if Sam Bradford's going to be playing yet or not as of this video, so that's why I went ahead and took Tampa Bay and only gave it 3 confidence points. If Sam Bradford plays, it could change. The line's obviously going to move if he's announced, so keep an eye on that. And my pick obviously would change depending on what the line is, but at a pick 'em, even if Bradford plays, I take Tampa Bay here at a pick 'em. Houston and New England, the line is 14.5 for Houston. They're getting 14.5. I'm going to take Houston plus 14.5 here, and I give this 10 confidence points. I think Tom Brady, again, I said it in my first video of the year, and I know Tom Brady had a great week last week. He absolutely tore it up. First time in his career, he threw 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. I don't think that continues this week against a tougher Houston Texans defense. I think they cover the 14.5 points. I'm not saying I think that New England's going to lose this game, but it's possible. But I think they cover 14.5 here for Houston does. So let's take Houston plus 14.5. Again, 10 confidence points for that. I like Miami -7 against the New York Jets. Gave that 15 confidence points. I don't see how the New York Jets win that game. I like Miami. I think they're a good team this year, kind of like Tampa Bay. I think they're on the rise. I took Philadelphia -6 against the New York Giants. I gave that 7 confidence points. If you have watched any Giant football at all this year, it's been really bad. Their offensive line has been awful, and they've had a hell of a time on offense trying to move that ball. So I think that continues against a really tough Eagles front 7 who should get pressure easily on Eli Manning, and this game shouldn't really even be close if the offensive line play continues for the Giants as it has the first 2 weeks. I took Carolina. They're -7 against New Orleans. I gave that 4 confidence points. Don't really love that game. Both teams have kind of looked like Jekyll and Hyde throughout different points of this season, so I'm not sure what to expect there. Could be a high-scoring affair, though, so keep an eye on the over on that game. I took Seattle plus 2.5. It's weird saying this. Seattle plus 2.5 over Tennessee. Gave that 13 confidence points. I think Seattle's defense will be able to contain Marcus Mariota and the Tennessee offense. So I think Seattle wins this game outright. Plus, I'm obviously loving plus 2.5. So I gave that 13 confidence points. I like Green Bay minus 10 against Cincinnati. I gave that 12 confidence points. Again, Cincinnati has looked pathetic this year. The Giants have looked really bad. They're kind of in the same boat for me. Both of them are just really poor offenses. They haven't looked very good. So when I get them facing a Green Bay team that has a great offense, I expect Green Bay should run away with it. So I like that minus 10. Again, Green Bay minus 10. I like the Chargers plus 3 against the Kansas City Chiefs. I gave that 8 confidence points. I think the Chargers win that game outright. Again, I like the Chargers and I like the Chiefs. Chiefs 2-0. I think this is where they finally go ahead and get a loss. I think the Chargers win this game outright. And finally, we come to Dallas. I skipped Oakland. Oakland, I like minus 3 against Washington. Gave that 6 confidence points. Again, Oakland's offense looks great. I think they can go ahead and score some points on that Washington defense and cover the 3. And finally, I like Dallas, who is minus 3 against Arizona. I gave that 9 confidence points. I think Dallas rebounds. Not to mention Arizona hasn't looked very good overall all season. So I do think Dallas wins and covers that game. So that's my pick for the week. That's my picks for the week this week, guys. Sorry, haven't finished drinking my coffee yet, so obviously not fully with it quite yet. But those are my picks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.